Let's take a look how we can write them down and just see the difference with our eyes as well. Our snowman of C-7, it's gonna look like this. 1, flat 3, 5, and flat 7. We've got tensions 9th and 11th in our disposer as well. We could keep them up high, or put them or just drop them right between the notes. So this is the whole representation of the C-7. As you see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes to choose from, with 5 fingers available only. And we talked that the most powerful, the most efficient way, it could be to use only 4 of them and just keep this extra finger available if we need it. We end up with decision making. We realize that this root could be played by other instrument, right? So now we listen to that bottom note and then we comp on top. We know that the flat 3 and flat 7 are the most impactful notes, what make a difference between the sad and the happy and question mark, right? That's the idea. So we would love to keep them. So if we keep flat 3 like we talked about, we could add at one of the tensions. So tension 9th. This is left hand comp, so we've got 3 notes played by these fingers. So automatically we've got extra finger available, tension 13th. And all of a sudden we've got the beautiful structure, what allows us and make our sound interesting. Okay, of course we are dealing with inversions and we can just drop these notes and rearrange them in a way you want. Like you could put the flat 7 on the bottom and just build everything up. We could put 3 on the bottom and build the whole structure up. You could even start with 5 if you decide to include the 5. And you can do a beautiful cluster like G, A, and B. Okay, notes next to each other. And then tension 9th. So you've got, that's the sound on top of the root. Okay, so that's the idea. We talked about chords progression. Our chords progression of the evening is F-7 becomes G-7, G-7 becomes C-7, F-7 becomes G-7, and we go straight to E-7 as well. Now, depending how you're going to form your fingers on the instrument, our goal is to kind of resolve these notes closest way possible. Okay, so on the paper we skip the roots. Remember, F, G, and C. Okay, so if this is the root of our chord, we don't have to worry about it. I'm thinking 3 and 7. Let's just concentrate on that first. 3, 7. Okay? Now, G-7, 3, it's gonna be B flat, and 7, it's gonna be F. So automatically, that's the kind of resolution based on what we have. Okay? If we continue with this idea, it looks like this. This B flat stays B flat, B flat, and the F becomes E flat. The root, it's F. That's 3 and 7. Now this becomes you see how beautiful? Let's try it. F minus 7. So this is only 3/7 and root. Voila. So these are the relationships at this moment. F minus 7, G minus 7, and C minus 7. F. Tension 9th in F minus 7 is G. G minus 7 is A. C minus 7 is D. So this is tension 9th, tension 9th, tension 9th. Tension 13th, it's F. In F minus 7 is D. Why don't we want to play tension 13th ever in minor 7 chord? We could, but this tension gives a tremendous change to the sound of the minor 7 chord, so you have to be careful. When we roll back to our C minus 7 with tension 9th, 11th, and now tension 13th, I eliminate and I drop it down. Tension 13th. You see how much this tension 13th, how much it does influence the sound of the minor 7 chord? Okay, we call it an extremely powerful tension. You have to be familiar with it, and you have to use it wisely, because if you constantly use tension 13th in minor 7 chords, it takes you away from that suddenness and into that interesting, right, world. So you have to kind of understand the power what comes with the tension, and if you decide to use it, make sure that you follow a specific desire. Because the previous sadness, this sad and happy difference between kind of gets altered by that tension. The left hand When it comes to left-hand comp, it's really hard to see at first these opportunities. The recommendation is that you practice basically start building the minor 7 chords from roots. And then you can add the tensions. However, just remember the tensions are the flavors of the chords. So if we are still confused about how to build 7 chords, what's the point of using the tensions when they will bring more distraction? So the recommendation is that you work on triads, that you work on 7 chords, then tensions. Like the title suggests, left-hand comp, it's a composition. You compose your own sound. You use a certain blocks. We call them 1, 3, 5, 7, tension 9th, 11th, 13th. Every single note vibrates. 2 notes vibrating at the same time create a relationship. You put more relationships you put into that left-hand comp, you will have more personal vibrations. You will have more relationships what's supposed to relate to each other. Okay? The way you compose them, organize them, make sure that the sound they produce is the sound what you are seeking. It's because you create some difficult sound, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's just that's the kind of relationship you decide to use to express that sound and that vibration. Notes, they exist on top of intervals. Make sure that all the intervals you use are in order with your desire. There is no wrong or right. It's just you with your science project. This is your laboratory, and you are the expert. Knowledge is important. Your vision, it's important. Your heart, it's tremendously important. And this whole thing creates a package called, you can put the name on top, your name. That's how personal the whole process is. And you are in it, my friend. So this is a good thing. I hope this lesson was helpful to you. Please let me know if you have any questions. I will be happy to assist you with any need you have. Royal Composer is here for you. My name is Piotr Kowalczyk, known as Piotrek. See you next time. Royal Composer provides students around the world with detailed musical knowledge. Let's take the challenge out of building chords. I will show you the way. Our signature course, Chord World, teaches you how to build chords in music. We are talking about triad 7 chords and tensions with all the inversions, 21st century stuff. With a little bit of effort, topics such as 7 chords or tensions could become your favorite topics. The Chord World provides everything you need to know about the chords in music from A to Z. No matter what style of music you create, our powerful, detailed video presentations will help your music production. If you are serious about the music creation, check out Chord World. We are here to support you and your music.